What if I told you that today's knife is probably one of the best deals in the knife world today? Would you be interested? I thought so. Hey, don't go away. Hey, I'm Jay, and if you use and collect pocket knives like I do, or maybe you're still searching for your ever-elusive grail knife, click on subscribe so I can help you find it. So you should be looking at the specs right now. So those of you interested, pause and read. Why don't we just go ahead and quickly take care of the size comparisons right now so you guys can kind of get an idea of what we're working with today. So of course, the Benchmade bug out and the Cold Steel American Lawman. How about, ooh, this is a good one. The Kershaw Skyline, and one more should take care of it. The Spyderco PM2. This is the ABKT Protector, which actually stands for American Buffalo Knife and Tool. And I gotta be honest about something now. I actually first heard of this knife from everybody's favorite boy, Jack Farmboy. Go check him out. He's got a video on this same knife. And again, he is the one that kind of gave me the heads up about it. So please check him out. Let's get started with what I like about the Protector, and then we'll get into some of the potential deal breakers that I see. First, the first feature that really initially drew me to this knife was this beautiful, really wide blade profile, 1.30 inches wide to be exact, and it kind of resembles the blade on the, this is the Kaiser Roach, a Matt Degnan design. Love, love, love this knife. Not at all practical, but I still love it. So yeah, the blade profile, in love with it. I also always appreciate a knife that features multiple deployment options, and the Protector does just that. So you can use these gigantic thumb studs, which actually do work very well, or of course the little flipper tab here on the back. Look at the handle. It is a very, very comfortable, like from the arched handle, no sharp edges anywhere. The blade steel, did you notice that? You guys see that okay? Yeah, that's D2, my friends. Very nice. Only 2 body screws. Always love a nice clean look. All the hardware is black. I mean, everything, the barrel spacers, oh geez, even the stop pin, everything is black. The plunge grind is very well done on this, if you guys can see that. I mean, this is better than I have seen on knives costing 3-4 times as much, which we will get into the price here in just a few seconds. The thumb ramp, well, actually more of like a thumb divot, I guess. Also kind of a ramp. That also helps to provide a very nice purchase on the handle. The centering, let's check that. That's, I don't know, guys, that's pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn close. Now, since this is D2 steel, I am so glad that ABKT decided to go with a coated blade, because as you all know, D2 is not a stainless steel. So I always like to see a coated blade when it is made out of D2 steel. And the last feature that I really like about this is gotta be, well, one of the most important, and that is the price. Yes. Guess, well, you know, I'm not gonna make you guess. 30 bucks. 30 bucks for this. For a big old fat and wide hunk of D2 steel. $30. Fantastic value. Really, really is. You know what? Let me grab a couple other knives so I can show you what 30 bucks gets you nowadays. Now, these knives all have very comparable materials. The first one is going to be the Bestech Lion D2 blade steel, and the other one I'm going to bring out is the Statgear Asus. I'm sure someone will correct me. Thank you. AUS D2 blade steel. Micarta scales, though. Ooh, very nice. 50 bucks here. And on the Bestech Lion, you're looking at anywhere between $40 and $50. And the ABKT Protector, 30 bucks. Same blade steel, all of them. Now, I have previously reviewed both of these knives, and so if you click up here in the corner, you can watch each individual review on the Lion and the Asus. And before we get into the potential deal breakers, I just want to quickly remind you to click on that subscribe button if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. Now, what is your favorite knife that features D2 blade steel? I would love to hear from you. So if you would, in the comment section down below, leave me your answers on what is your favorite knife that features the very same D2 steel. Now, the first potential deal breaker for some has to be the fact that every metal surface of this knife is painted. I mean, every possible metal surface has some kind of coating on it. Now, it's not always a huge deal as long as the coating is quality, you know, and that it just doesn't chip off from me just staring at the knife wrong. The handle scales here, which are made out of aluminum, they're kind of slick, I gotta be honest. I mean, even though you can see all of this texturing here on the scales, it really doesn't provide that much traction. I mean, the aluminum scales are still very, very slippery. The pocket clip is terrible. I mean, it's a terrible pocket clip. On top of that, it is only one position pocket clip. I mean, look at this thing. Look at this. You can barely fit any material under that lip there. It's very, very difficult. So yeah, awful, awful pocket clip. So, well, there's going to be, you know, one of the compromises of a $30 knife. That's the first one right there. The thumb studs, humongous. Oh yeah, they're big. So definitely with a gloved hand, you should have no problem whatsoever. But I have noticed now a couple times putting this in and out of my pocket, the material of my pants would kind of get hung up on the thumb studs because of their size. Yeah, they're huge. They really are. The liner lock, also painted, by the way, very, very thin. Very thin material there. Now this, as I mentioned earlier, the blade is riding on ball bearing pivot. I feel that I honestly thought the action would be a little bit better. It's not really drop shutty kind of action. I mean, if I shake it the whole time, it does it. But again, I thought it would be just a little bit better with it riding on a ball bearing pivot and with that crazy strong detent. But no, just not a fan of the action here. Not at all. Now, I have checked everywhere on the box, on the website, which happens to be, let's see, ABKT Inc.com. If you guys can see that. If not, I apologize. Yeah, I have looked and there is no warranty information. Not on the website, not on the box, in the box, nothing. So I have to be honest, that makes me a little bit nervous. Also, the information regarding, where the heck this thing is made, I can't find that information anywhere either. I mean, I was able to find that, let's see, it looks like, according to their website, they are located in Sweetwater, Tennessee. I highly doubt this is manufactured there. Now, I don't know that for sure, but usually when a knife is made in the United States, you'll know it. I mean, it's very proudly printed somewhere on the knife, on the box, but nope, not here. Next on my list is the weight at 4.9 ounces. Now, no, that's not a lot of weight, but for a knife with an overall length of 7.75 inches, that's almost 5 ounces. That's a lot for this size. Now, I measured the blade to be 3 1/4. On ABKT's website, they're saying 3.5 inches, but they're taking their measurement way back here is where they're starting to get that 3.5. But to the rest of us, 3 1/4. So at almost 5 ounces, it's kind of a lot for this size. What in the heck is the deal with this choil? Now, I did say earlier that they did a great job with the plunge grind, which they did, but look at that. I don't get why it's shaped that. Is that just for aesthetics? Because you're really not able to fit a finger in there to use it as like a forward choil. If this was just a little bit bigger and didn't look so darn weird, oh, that would make a great forward choil. But yeah, I don't know why it's just not a standard arch. I mean, again, I know that minor gripe, but still got to bring it up. And you know what? As long as we're talking about minor gripes, I have no idea what in the heck that logo is and why they chose to put it here in the middle like that. Now, I did use like a magnifying glass. It does say ABKT on the top of the logo. Underneath, there's a word there. I have no idea what that word is. I mean, it could say "Go to hell, Jay," for all I know. But yeah, it is. I don't get it. Again, minor. Now, if you are one of those individuals that has those gigantic bear paws, you're not going to like this. You're going to find the handle to be a tad small because, you know, looking at my hand again, I wear medium-sized gloves. I can just fit all of my fingers on there. I will say I do like this little attention to detail that it's kind of flat here because it makes it just a little more comfortable for the pinky, at least for my pinky finger on that flat area. So that was nice. But yeah, some of you with the larger hands, this may not work out too well for you. So now where does that leave us with the Protector? Well, I have to say, keep in mind that this is a $30 knife. And it does feel like a $30 knife. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's very appropriately priced at 30 bucks. I mean, it doesn't have the refinement of, you know, like your Bestech or your Stat Gear knives. So that's what I mean when I say it feels like a $30 knife. It's perfectly priced. And so with that in mind, I would say absolutely. D2 blade steel, ball bearing pivot, you know, anodized aluminum scales. Absolutely. But any more than $30, and I think the tone of my review would be a heck of a lot different.